Hi everyone, welcome back again to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching us how to go about this beautiful, gorgeous gown showing on my screen right now. So guys, if this sounds like something you want to know, kindly please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment. And please make sure you hit on the notification bell in case if I post any new video, you'll be the very first person to see it. And if this sounds like something you want to know, please do not miss any part in this particular video because it's going to be of a series. Without further ado, let's dive right into the main video. Alright guys, I said earlier that we are going to be, for this particular style, we are going to be making use of a 12 yards African pen, and this is 6 yards. And I'm going to be using my scissors and my chalk, tailor's chalk, and my tape rule as well, okay? So this is my tape rule here and my tape rule as well. So the next thing for us to do now is to fold it together, and mind you, we are going to be folding the front and the back together like I normally do it, so that this video will be a very short one and not too long for you guys, and trust me to be very detailed, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and fold this behind the camera now, and I'm going to bring it to you guys to see. So guys, I'm going to fold this into a fold of 4, but before we start anything, I want us to know that this will be a part 1 of this style. Next tutorial will be the spiral effect, okay? So I want us to stay tuned so that we can be able to achieve something in this particular dress, okay? So guys, the next thing for us to do now is, and please I want to, okay, I'm going to say that when we are putting our spiral effect, okay? So guys, or you call it floral effect, whichever way you want to do. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do now is to fold this into a fold of 4, and as you can see, I'm going to do so. And the next thing I'm going to look after now is to look after my hip circumference, whether I'm having, is to look after my hip circumference, whether I'm having exact hip measurement for this particular gown, okay? From here to here, I'm going to look at my hip circumference, and which my hip circumference is 46. Then I divided my 46 by 4, and I have it to be 11.5 inches. So this is 11.5 inches here. That means I have excess. And please, you can use the biggest size of your body. And you know, some people in some cases, their waist is kind of bigger than their hips. So you're going to use the largest circumference of your body. You can, if, in that case, if the waist is actually bigger than the hips, you're going to consider the waist. But majorly, the hips is always bigger than the waist. So I'm going to be using my hip measurements for this, and which is the largest part of my body. So this is 46. So I divide it by 4. This is 11 and a half. Then I have extra inches. And I'm going to be using now as is and is. Even though I'm not going to be using the O is finish. So guys, the next thing we are going to do now is to read our starting line, and for this tutorial, for this gown, it's just normal basic pattern. I'm not adding any half length to it, okay? So I'm just cutting it straight. So the next thing is to rule out our border lines. So the essence of doing this is we don't want these border lines to start showing on our fabric, so that's why we rule this out. Okay, that's why we rule this out, because we don't want that to start showing on our fabric. Then from there, I'm going to come down here. This is our starting line. I'm going to come down here by my bust point, which is 10 inches. Okay, which is 10 inches. I'm going to come by my waistline, which is 16 inches. So I'm going to be using this together. Okay, I'm going to be using my back and my front, my front half length and my back half length. I'm going to be using the same thing for it. Or I use 15.5 inches. So let's use 15.5 inches for this. Okay, so I'm going to make a straight line all the way. So then from that my waistline, I'm going to measure my hip line, which is 9 inches. So this is the simplest way we can get it, okay? Our hip line is 9 inches, then we'll make a straight line. You can do also use your hand as well, okay? It's actually a free hand method. I'm just making use of ruler so that I can have a perfect line, okay? Now I'm going to measure my gown length. I'm going to be using a gown length of 40 inches. Okay, I'm going to be using a gown length of 40 inches. So I'm trying to drag this down so that you can see. A gown length of 40 inches. So this is it right here. But this 40 inches will only be for the front. Okay, I'm going to be adding extra 1 inch for my use allowance, for my sewing allowance. Now I'm going to mark. Okay, this is our full length, so this place is 40. Then I added 1 inch for my stitching allowance. But for this 41 inches to jot out, for our gown length now, we're not going to be using this 41 inches for the back. I'm going to be using this 41 inches for the front. But for the back, I'm still going to add extra 1 inch to it to prevent the back from hanging at the back side. Okay, you know, there are some cases that you see some people wearing their gown and or whichever, even a skirt, it's hang. Some hangs and it doesn't give a dress a perfect finish or a perfect look. Okay, so I'm going to be showing us how to do about that, even by cutting it together. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to start taking our horizontal, our body circumference. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take out my back measurements now. Guys, the next thing I'm going to start to do now is to take our back measurement, which is our shoulder measurement. Okay, and I told us in our previous video that if you want to cut this in the fold of 4, to determine your neckline, you should know that your neckline should be towards the zipper part, which is this. Okay, so which is this, and this side will be your armhole. The side towards me will be your armhole, which the back and the front is folded into 2. Okay, there's not any opening, but this part towards the zipper allowance point will be our neck line. All right, so I'm going to be working with a back of 16. So you're dividing your 16 by 6 by 2. Sorry, I have 8 inches. Okay, so I'm going to come down from that 8 inches and mark my shoulder slope here. Okay, then Before making my, this is my shoulder slope now. Before bringing out my armhole line, I'm going to work with my neck width and my neck depth, okay? And I'm going to be using a 4 inches width, okay? And for the depth, if you look at the inspiration there, right, the inner is kind of V neckline, not a round neckline, not any round neckline, but it's a V neckline. So I'm going to be coming down by 8 inches for my V neckline. Okay, and for the back as well, I'm going to be coming down by 8 inches for my V neckline, alright? And I'm going to make sure I connect this to my neck width. So can you see? So this is for my back, this is for my front. I'm going to extend this to this. Okay, so this is for my back as well. So I'm going to know I'm going to cut this, or when I'm cutting it, just pay very close attention. So this is my shoulder slope. My shoulder slope, I'm going to connect it to my neckline, like so. Then to get my armhole depth now, is to divide your bust by 6, then you add extra 1.5 inch to it. Then I have mine to be 7.5 inches, and I'll make a straight line from there. Then I'm going to connect this way. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So this is it right there. So now the next thing we're going to do now is to take our armhole line, and remember that my armhole, I'm going to be coming in by half an inch from the midline for the front, and for the back I'm not going to come in by half an inch. But if you like, you can go in by half an inch. It doesn't affect anything, but I just felt I should use this, and I actually do use half an inch on the back and the front bodies as well, so it doesn't affect anything as well. So this is my 7.5. I'm going to do it this way, the normal way I taught you to get your midpoint of this. So this is it right there. Then I'm going to come in by half inch. Then I'm going to make sure I connect with a straight through. So before connecting this to our neckline, so our armhole line, okay, so you divide the bust by 4. So whatever you get, you make it there. So that's 9.5. This is 9.5. Then the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is to connect these together. So guys, for this part, I'm gonna have to chalk out my armhole curve, and I'm going to be using this only for my front. And trust me, I'm going to teach us how we are going to go about it. So the next thing we're going to start doing now, let's for us to take our body circumference, and for our bust line, we divided it by 4. We have this to be 9.5. And please, when you want to place a tape, you place it at this folded part here, this unfolded part here. Okay, not this zipper allowance point though. Place it at this point. Then mark extra 1.5. Okay, then we're going to add ease allowance both for our joining and our lining. I'm going to be adding 1.5. Then I'm going to connect it to my armhole line, right? So definitely this armhole curve will extend to this new line we just drew. Alright, so my waist divided by 4 is 30 inches. Then I'm going to divide my 30 by 4. Okay, I have it divided by 2. The 30 divided by 2 is 15, but by 4 I have it to be 7.5. I'm going to chop the 7.5 here, and mind you, I'm not going to be adding that to this as well. Now I'm adding extra 1.5 for my stitching allowance and for my ease as well. I'm going to connect all the way. So I'll make this obvious so that you can see. Okay, this is my hip line, my new waistline now. This is my exact waist circumference, but this is my new waistline when I added my ease allowance please. So for my hip line, I'm going to divide it by 4. I have it to be 11.5, and I'm going to make 11.5, make a point there. Then add the extra 1.5 inch to it for my hip allowance as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect this way. Okay, so this is it right here. I hope you guys can see. So I'm going to drag this up so that you can see the rest of the tutorial. So guys, the next thing to do now is I'm going to minus 1 inch from this waist, from my hip line. But before then, I'm going to extend this to this point here, so that it will not confuse you. So now guys, if you want to leave this like this, you don't want it a little bit penciled, you can leave it like this. But if I want it to be a little bit penciled, but not that much, so that I can able to work very well, I'm going to be minus 1.5 inch from this end line, and I'm going to come down by 4 inches from my hip line. So that's where my pencil sketch will stop. Then make a point there. Then I'm going to connect from this 1.5 inch to this point. Alright? So this is it right there. Then I'm going to connect this way. Right? So that's the next thing for us to do now is to cut. But before cutting, I'm going to measure my zipper allowance for this part. The next thing for us to do now is to determine our zipper allowance point. Now, you can decide to make it 1.5. You can decide to make yours 1.5. But I'm okay with this 1 inch here. Then I'm going to make a straight through, all the way from this end line from this starting line to the end line. Okay. That's it right there. For this waistline, we are going to come out by half for the bulginess around this point, because you don't want this to start bulging as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and slant it towards the down part Okay, as you can see, the slant is all the way to this point as well. So you cannot slant it like this and you need a measurement. You can just come up by 4 inches, as you can see, or 3.5 inch. Or you can just come in down by 1 inch, 3.5 inch or 4 inch as well. So guys, the next thing for us to do now is to cut very well. And please be very careful to where I'll be cutting now, because I'm going to cut it separately, the front and the back separately. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut now. So guys, at this point now, you can see I actually came out by half inch here, and I don't want to come out by half inch here at all. Okay, so I'm going to make a straight through all the way from this point to this point. I'm going to follow the line. Okay, if you notice very well, the line towards here is actually straight. I just actually start bending my hand from the midpoint. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it this way as well, for the back as well. Okay. So guys, as you can see, we're going to cut out the bodies out, the shape of the bodies, and you should know that this is our front. So I'm going to take this front out first, okay? So I'm going to take it, I'm still going to place it on its back. So I'm just going to show us how we can prevent the back side from gaping, okay? And this is our length of our gown, okay? I'm going to go ahead and extend my zipper allowance here, okay? So after extending it here, I'm going to come down by 1 inch from here, okay? 1 inch from here, alright? Go ahead and extend this line as well. The exact line we are using, the 41 inches, we are going to come down by 1 inch from this zip allowance point, and this is it right here. Then I'm going to go ahead and make a slant all the way to these points. Okay, by doing this, you already prevent it from gaping. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. This is the full length of our gown, which is the 41 inches. Okay, so let me try. This is our 41 inches here. So let me try and make it obvious. Okay, then I came down by 1 inch from my zipper allowance point, and this is it right here, and this is it right here. Then I go ahead and make a slant to my actual length of the gown, which is the 41 inches. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead and cut now. But before cutting, I'm going to place the front on it as well. You know, we are not actually done for the cutting of the front as well. So we are going to go ahead and place the front on it as well. So guys, this will be the cutting of the gown, as you can see. So we are done cutting it out now. So the next thing we are going to cut out is to cut it out with our actual lining as well. Guys, we've gone ahead to cut out the lining parts, and I hope by now we should know how to cut this out. And for the sleeve parts, it's just a normal basic sleeve, and I hope we should know how to do that. I already have a tutorial on that, so that's why I'm not doing that. Guys, these are my pieces I'm going to be working with, and I went ahead to cut out the full lining for this in a previous video, and this is our back. So I'm going to be stitching my lining to my front as illustration for us, and I'm going to repeat the same process for the back as well. So by doing this, our video will not be too long, okay? So this is the front part as you can see. So then I'm going to turn it to the right side of this particular gown, okay, which is the short gown. And remember, this is a V-neck knife. I'm going to place my, I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to see. So now I'm going to place my lining on top of it like this, right side facing right side, okay? Make sure you place it right side facing right side of your fabric, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead all over to my sewing machine and stitch my neckline down, okay? So after stitching the neckline down, I'm going to repeat the same process, the normal way we used to stitch and line to our fabric, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and stitch this part to the hem line. I'm going to repeat the same process for this side, and then I'm going to stitch this part as well. For this particular one, I actually cutted out the actual lining of this particular gown, okay? So there's no need for me to start sewing it here first, okay? So just go ahead and sew down your neckline. After sewing down your neckline, notch it. After notching it, sew down the sides, the two sides together. So after sewing it together, we are going to sew this part together as well. So I'm going to leave this aside. Then I'm going to explain the same thing, the same process to the back as well. So this is for our back. So you pick one side, okay? You pick one side as well. So this is the other side, as you can see. Pick one side. So this is the other side, as you can see. So I'm going to pick one side here, and this is the other side here, okay? Then I'm going to split the lining. You know, this is the back is actually 2. I will have the lining to be 2 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and split the lining as well, okay? So the lining should also be quoted in form of 2, okay? Now I'm going to place the lining to the neckline for the back. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and stitch this point, stitch the zipper allowance point. Then I'm going to stitch from this armhole, not the whole entire armhole, stitch from this armhole to this point, okay, to the end line. Then I'm going to stitch this down part. Then I will repeat the same process to the other side, okay. The same process is applicable to, like, the first process is applicable to the other as well. So I'm going to head over to my sewing machine now to stitch this down. So guys, this is after turning it with a lining. As you can see, it's recently torn. Please, if you have lines in your area, please do well to iron it as well. So the next thing we are going to go ahead and do now is to join the shoulders together. Okay, I'm going to place the fronts first before placing the back to it. Okay, I'm going to join this to it, as you can see. So I'm going to be joining my shoulders together, and I hope you may know how to do this. You make sure that the back shoulder face the front shoulder, the back lining face the front lining, and the actual fabric is facing the actual fabric. I hope you understand. So you're going to bring this lining, the lining for the back. You're going to bring it and make sure it aligns together, and you bring the back lining, this lining, you bring it back like this. Then you do it this way. Please, you can work with pin. If you cannot use your hand like this, you can work with pin. Then you go ahead and stitch down about ½ inch from here to this place, okay? Then I'm going to repeat the same process to the other side as well. Attaching the shoulder, and this is how it's supposed to look. As you can see, this is how it's supposed to look. So the next thing we are going to go ahead and do is to attach our sleeve to it. Then we are going to shape our bodies out. So now we're going to place your sleeve right side facing right side of this fabric, okay, of this dress. Then you are going to notch the center of your sleeve. You're going to notch the center of your sleeve. Then you're going to bring your sleeve and open it this way. This is the way I did my hand. Then you place the notched side to this joint place. You place it this way. I hope you can see. You can see this is the notch side and this is the joint place. Then you start sewing all the way around. Okay. Please, if you can't do it this way, I would advise you to use a pin, because I don't actually, like, my pin is kind of scanty. I can't even say this is my pin here now. So I'm just going to go ahead and start using my hand to trace it. But if you cannot do it that way, please do well to use your pin. And I'm going to head over to my sewing machine now to do this part. So guys, I'm going to need to attach the sleeve to it, and this is the sleeve I'd say, and as you can see, it's a very short one. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and do now is to attach our zipper to the back as well. Okay, just flip this aside, okay, and turn the back to the wrong side. Okay, so this is the back here, and we are going to be working on the back first. Okay, this is the zipper we are going to be working with. Okay, and I thought I've explained earlier for us how we can go through this, and it's actually simple to fix. Okay, so now guys, the first thing we are going to do here now is I'm going to measure the length of my zipper, and this is it right here. And I'm going to go ahead, length of my zipper, then I'm going to go ahead and measure this. I have it to be 23 inches from this iron part, okay, 23 inches. Then I'm going to come up here from my neckline, okay, from my neckline. I'm going to be making use of 20 inches for my zipper. So guys, sorry for the sound that is entering. I don't know what my neighbor is banging at all. So at this point I chalked out, which is my 20 inches. Then I'm going to stitch all the way about 1 inch to the end line. Remember, we left 1 inch for our stitching our zipper allowance. I'm going to go ahead and stitch about 1 inch all the way, okay? Then after stitching, I'm now going to attach my zipper to it, okay? I will head over to my sewing machine now and do that. So guys, I'm gonna head to fix the slipper, and as you can see, it is laid, as you can see. So the next thing for us to do now is to stitch down our bodies. So now to stitch down our bodies, I've already taught us how to do that. You divide your bodies by 2. So whatever you get, you're going to measure from this edge here to this edge here. So what you get on your fabric, you minus it with your actual waist, with your actual bust. So whatever you get left, you're going to divide it to this point and this point. Okay. So I'm going to head over to my sewing machine now to do that.
So guys, this is after shaping the dress, and as you can see, this is actually beautiful. And guys, if you notice something in this dress, I've went ahead to change the sleeve to this part. And if you want to know how I go about the sleeve, I already have a tutorial on that. You can do well to check it. It's a simple long sleeve. Okay, so now guys, if this was actually helpful, kindly please subscribe, like, and share. So guys, I'll be saying goodbye from here. See you guys to my next one. And please do not miss any parts in this tutorial as well. See you guys in my next one. I love you all. Bye.